Hi class, in this video I'm going to show you a few examples involving finding the mean, median, mode, and range. There was already a video about the mean, so if you've not watched that video, I encourage you to watch that one first. Here are the definitions of the other three terms that we're going to find today. The mode is the value that appears most often. The range is the difference between the lowest and the highest value. And the median is the center value once the data is in order from least to greatest. This first example is what I would call a traditional example. It's a list of numbers, and it's asking to find the mean, median, mode, and range of the following data. I'm going to split the bottom part of the screen into 4 parts. We'll find the mean, median, mode, and range. Remember, there is a symbol for mean. It is X with a bar across. Before we find these values, the first thing I want you to do is put these numbers in order. So pause the screen and rewrite these numbers in numerical order, and I'll do the same. I have my numbers in numerical order written in the red ink directly below the original numbers. And let's just double check to make sure that we've represented each of the numbers. I'm going to count the original numbers and make sure that total matches my red numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total data points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I also have 12 data points in red. So we are ready to start. To find the mean, I want you to add all of these values together and then divide by 12. Please pause the screen and use your calculator to add these together and divide by 12. Okay, I got a total of 321. Now divide that by 12 to have a mean score of 27.75. The next thing we'll do is find the median. A shortcut that I take is once I've counted the total number of data, I divide that number by 2 because that gives me a general idea of where that median is located and how many data points will be below the median and how many data points will be above the median. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And so starting with the smallest value, I'm going to count 6 places. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've underlined those in blue. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to start with the highest value and underline 6 in green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice that the middle, exact middle, is actually not even one of our data points. But this is the exact center of the 12 data points that were given in this example. When you have 2 data points for the median, I want you to add those 2 together. 26 plus 31 is 57, and then divide by 2, and we'll find the average of those 2 middle numbers, and that is 28.5. Okay, next is the number that appears the most. That's called the mode. And just glancing at these numbers in red in numerical order, you can see 31 occurs 3 times, and that is the most. The last question is to find the range. Again, it's really easy once you have it in numerical order because you can easily spot that 50 is the largest number, and you can subtract the smallest number, which is 4, and so you have a range of 46. We're going to try that example one more time, except there's a smaller number of data points, but I want to just make sure that you feel comfortable doing this. I'm going to split the screen into 4 parts again, and we're going to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the range. Just like we did with the last problem, I want you to put this in numerical order. You can pause the screen and go ahead and put them in least to greatest order. Okay, my order is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 9. Originally there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 data points. And if I count the ones I've written in red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's also 9 data points. All right, let's start off with the mean. I want you to pause the video again. Add these 9 numbers together, then divide by 9 to find the total mean. I have a total of 48. Divide that by 9, and the mean is about 5.3. You can put the repeating bar over the 3. All right, next. Let's just look at these red values that I have in numerical order and find the median. Again, I like to take the total number of points, which is 9, divide that by 2, which is roughly, it's 4.5, but let's just stick with 4. I'm going to start at the smallest number and count 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to count 4, but I'm going to start at the largest number, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see this? There's a number in our data that is also the center value, the median of this data, because there's 4 values smaller and there's 4 values greater, and so the median is 6. The mode is the number that appears the most. There is a tie, and so it is 6 and 7. The range is 9 minus 1, which is 8. Next, I want you to find the mean, median, mode, and range from a dot plot. The first thing is I want you to know that 1 red circle equals 1 student. The first question asks how many students were surveyed. Go ahead and pause the video and count the number of red dots in this example. Okay, you should have counted 16 students. We have 16 students, and so in order to find the average number of shoes, we need to add the total shoes together. But here we're going to take a shortcut. Instead of listing out all 16, we're going to use the dot plot and multiplication to make it a little quicker. There's 1 dot, so there's 1 student that has 8 pairs of shoes, so I'm going to put the number 8 right above that first column. There's 2 students that have 9 shoes each, for a total of 18, because 2 times 9 is 18. There are 4 students who have 10 number of shoes, so 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 4 times 10 is 40. 2 students have 11 pairs of shoes, so that's a total of 22. 2 students have 12 pairs of shoes, it's a total of 24. 1 has 13, 1 student has 14, 2 students have 15, and 1 student has 16. So I multiply the number of shoes times the frequency of children who had those shoes. Now, instead of adding 16 values together, I want you to add these 9 values together and then divide by 16. When you added those values together, you should have got 185 to find the mean. We'll take 185 pairs of shoes, divide by 16 children to get an average of about 11.56 pairs of shoes. Next, to find the median, I want you to take the total number of students, 16, divide it by 2, which is 8. And starting from the smallest amount of shoes, the smallest data point, let's count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I also want you to count 8 data points starting from the largest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want you to notice that this line, there is exactly 8 data points greater than that line, and there's 8 data points less than that line. And it happens that both of those data points, if we were to average the green X together with the blue X, it's 11 plus 11 divided by 2 is 11, and so it just so happens that our median is 11. The mode is simply the number of shoes with the highest frequency, and you can visually see that 10 has the most red dots. The range is the largest number minus the smallest number, which is 16 minus 8, which is 8. So that's all for this video. Please let me know if you have any questions, because I would love to help.